know what I'm saying? In front of everybody. Oh. Game starts at 20, bet slip is empty. I gotta call KG.
KG, what up?
I got nothing for you, Fox.
Come on. What you got, huh?
It is spa day, Jamie. You don't interrupt spa day.
Okay. Gracie, what's up?
I need some tips.
Jamie, you want a tip?
Yeah.
No.
Come on, somebody. Jalen, what's up, man?
You want a tip?
Yeah.
You really want a tip?
I really need some tips.
Don't call somebody on live TV, Jamie Foxx.
Well, you answered. Have other friends anyway. Marshawn, Barry, holla at
Jamie Foxx. Hey, what's up with it, Fox?
Listen, I need some tips.
I'm like LA.
LA?
No, Dallas.
Dallas?
Dallas not the
Dallas?
fit. We gotta get to Miami. How about Detroit? Nah, Barry over there.
You know what? I'm gonna call y'all right now. Vanessa, I need your help.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Going with my gut. Let's go with our gut.
Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I'm David Weischadle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weischadle. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone! One of my favorite holidays.
It's one of the biggest sports day on the calendar,
Oh,
too.
absolutely. But the reason why Thanksgiving's one of my favorite holidays, this is my entire day, and in no particular order. I eat. It's the one or two times I actually watch a parade on TV, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and then you got football all day, and then you go eat again. So it's just great.
You've also got other games on too. You got Soccer World Cup. You got
yes.
It's a huge sports day, even more so than just for football.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be fun to watch how much sports is going to be on TV.
It should be overwhelming.
Yeah,
which is fine. I'm going to be in a food coma on the recliner in front of the TV, and I'm just going to be in heaven.
There'll be so much sports on TV, people are going to pass out.
Yeah, right.
So it's going to be a fun day.
It absolutely is. And we got a great show coming up for you. We have a Beatin The House, lots of jackpots out there to talk about. And is it week 12 already? I know I say this every week. I can't believe how fast the NFL season is moving. But we have the NFL Pro Pick segments powered by Betfred. And we'll give you our picks. And, of course, hopefully I say this every week. Hopefully we'll do better this week. So we got that coming up. Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
Today's exit one is we have a sports betting exit like we always do. And one of the things I've been noticing, one of the discussions, one of the observations, whatever you want to call it, that I've been seeing in the industry is, are we undergoing a market correction? And it's constant that we're seeing these conversations, a market correction, or is it just a matter of who the hell is going to catch FanDuel in this business? And
well, I'm assuming you're talking about the big story this week about Maxim Bet folding.
I don't know if that's a huge story
folding
anymore.
a shop. Yeah.
Well,
first it was Fubo, and then it was Maxim Bet, and now I wonder if you can place bets on what's the next sports book to fold.
Oh, I'm sure in Vegas they got a prop bet going for that one. But I don't know.
It's like that prop bet, like what's the first NFL coach to be fired during the season.
Yeah.
This is another prop bet. What is the next sports book to fold?
I just don't know if you can call this a major story. I think it's a big part of an overall major story of watching a lot of these minor books, tier 2 books. Mm-hmm. Let me call them that way. Starting up, lasting as long as they possibly can, and then folding.
Yeah,
I mean we've had Fubo, we've had Maxim Bet.
Look,
Unibet's doing some restructuring. We've got eSports Entertainment Group changing how they're doing business. They're closing some sites. They closed their New Jersey site, and then you have FanDuel. FanDuel is just, as much as you want to hear the bombast of DraftKings, how great they are.
Yeah,
FanDuel is just killing it.
Oh yeah, no, it's they're number one in New York, and they're one of the big four. It's DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars,
it's FanDuel,
BetMGM.
DraftKings.
Well,
according to FanDuel's,
FanDuel is the top moneymaker in New York.
They were the first ones to announce profitability.
Sure.
And they just had their investor presentation day, whatever it's called, investor presentation. They did it in New York. Mm-hmm. And according to some of the presentation material, FanDuel has a 42% share of the United States online sports betting market.
Which is incredible.
The closest one is DraftKings, 24%. Mm-hmm. And then you have BetMGM, 15%.
Yeah.
The numbers FanDuel has been throwing out. I mean, Amy Howe was there talking about everyday NFL operations, Super Bowl versus every week, every NFL regular season weekend.
Yeah. Amy Howe is the
CEO of FanDuel. According to her, FanDuel accepted roughly 52,000 bets per minute during the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and right now she is saying that they had a number from week 9. They've already exceeded that number. They were at 70,000 bets per minute.
Wow.
During week 9. So the Super Bowl for FanDuel is a big event, but it seems like whatever FanDuel is doing is actually making the Super Bowl seem small in comparison.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. FanDuel should be the model for a lot of sports books. Number one, they got great promotions. They have... I love the fact that they have a shared wallet with, they have their sports book and their fantasy football.
And their casino.
It's all a shared wallet, which I love. Well, in New Jersey anyway. Yeah. So I'm not sure about going to other states. I know there's no shared wallet when you cross over borders. But and I love what they're doing with FanDuel TV. I love the content they're creating. I mean, they have a great show. Is it More Ways to Win?
More Ways to Win.
Michelle Beadle does a NBA show on it. What the hell is the name of it? I don't even know the name of it. But and I've watched it several times. I can't remember the name of it.
They just did a deal with The Ringer to include some of their content on the channel.
So they're really building up content, and I like how they mix in the sports betting with that content.
Well,
so
it's really
good.
Some of the other numbers are just astounding. If you look at what they presented, according to the presentation material, I'm referring back to it here. FanDuel now has 1.6 times more pre-live NBA markets than DraftKings, and 3 times more than BetMGM. It's just showing you that where you have the tier 1 books, where it's the big 4 you just mentioned, and you got to throw in Rush Street as well, Bet Rivers, and even Barstool's becoming more and more of a tier 1. It's becoming evident that if you're not one of the big operators, I don't know if you can survive in the U.S. marketplace anymore. I mean, we're seeing ClutchBet come into the market. We're seeing a whole bunch of other independents, Action 24/7 in Tennessee. They're hanging around because they're just Tennessee only.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they expand, will they last? Mm-hmm. I don't think they're going to expand. But I think the local intrastate companies have a chance more than the smaller national sports books to survive.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing a really god-awful market correction here.
Yeah.
It's harsh. It's very, very harsh.
Well, I always ask this question when we have New York reporters in the gaming industry on this show. You know, there are 4 big sports books, and then there are 5 other mobile lower end. I don't want to say lower end, but they're not taking the. They don't have a lot of the market in New York. I think the 4 we just mentioned before were they get like 93% of the market.
Yep.
So we're wondering what the other 5 are doing and what they have plans on doing to kind of compete in the market. But I guess we'll see. By the way, I checked it out. The show Michelle Beadle's doing for FanDuel is called Run It Back.
Yep.
So I just want to make sure I got the name right. So.
Well, let's we always bring up New York as an indication of the big 4, whatever you want to call them. Look at Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania just released their numbers. Record handle, by the way, for October.
Handle. Yeah.
If you look at the market share of the operators, other than the big operators, there's a dozen, 11, 12 online mobile sports books in that market.
Yeah.
Other than the four of those, the rest of them are trying to split up 2%, 2% here, 1% there. And I don't know if an industry can survive with that kind of saturation.
Well, we'll see. You know, we'll see.
I mean, I know the overall betting industry will survive.
Yeah.
I don't know if the 2%ers, the 1%ers, are going to last out much
longer.
I
always look at Atlantic City. Like a decade back, they had about 12 casinos. Well, then they had market correction. Now they have 9 casinos, and those 9 casinos are doing a lot better than when they had 12 casinos there. So maybe we're seeing a little of that going on in the sports betting industry. And look, there's a finite amount of people who are betting on sports. I mean, that's just, it's a huge number, but it's a finite number, and it's you're competing for those bets, so it's a little tough.
Exit 2.
We're going from market correction in the U.S. sports betting industry to what looks like a market expansion in the European Union for eSports.
Okay.
And I'm not talking in terms of, more companies coming in. We have the European Parliament, the EU Parliament, has passed a resolution recognizing the value of esports in the video game industries in the European Union.
Practically speaking, this is not legislation.
No,
they're just recognizing the value of esports.
What happens with a resolution is the governments now have to enact something.
Yeah.
And it's a step in the right direction.
Sure. Yeah. It's great. I mean, anything that helps esports is a good thing. Anything that helps the businesses around esports is a good thing. So.
Well, previous to this resolution, esports was treated almost as a second-class citizen in terms of things because they never separated out from sports. They never separated out from business.
Okay.
And what this does was recognize esports as its own industry.
Okay, good.
And it was actually a huge margin of victory: 560 votes for, 34 against, and 16 abstentions.
Well, it's really just become so huge.
Yes.
The esports industry, I mean, I'm shocked it took them this long to recognize the value of esports. But, it's just doing amazing things. There's so many athletes and so many team owners getting involved in esports. And, a couple weeks ago, I think I tweeted out a picture of an esports deal they made with pizza rolls. So
FaZe Clan.
Yeah, so it's just amazing. The talk about a great business model. Esports is doing amazing things.
Well, that's over here in the United States. But here, what this resolution does, previously, the only gaming industry that was receiving support from governments was domestic video game makers.
Okay.
Here, with this resolution and what the hope is moving forward, I don't know if this is actually when this is actually going to be enacted.
Right.
But what this will do, it clears the way for esports companies, both domestic and international, to come in and get funding.
Good.
It also allows, I don't want to say they aren't, given credibility, but it does give both domestic and international esports organizations more credibility to go out and do more business.
Well, look, when you're looking for funding, when you're looking for partnerships, I think this is such a great thing to have in your back pocket. It's just it's one more arrow in your quiver to really expand esports. So.
And again, it's the access to funding that's going to make the difference.
Absolutely.
And we may see a second surge of esports development in the European community.
It gets it in the news.
Oh yeah,
it
keeps it forefront,
and it keeps
in the front
forefront.
Of the news,
It keeps everyone thinking about it.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see who comes up with what in terms of legislation. Again, they don't have to follow this. It's a resolution. Whether they enact something, they enact something. But again, that's down the road. This was, I guess you can say, it's a crucial first step to actually making esports its own industry sector in the European Union.
Drizzly makes it easy to shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor from wherever I am. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes.
Drizzly. Ding dong, Drizzly.
Exit 3.
I think by now everyone's been following the saga with the FTX bankruptcy.
Yes.
I noticed there were a lot of sports deals involved in the company FTX, that they did a lot of deals. Besides, the FTX arena for the Miami Heat.
Sure.
The
umpires
and the
in
umpires.
Baseball.
By the way, they were in the first year of a 5-year deal.
Okay, well,
but
I think you might find another patch that they might want.
But if you look at their overall deals, they were everywhere. Like I said, we just mentioned the two of them. Then you have the Washington Wizards had a deal with them.
Okay, I didn't know that.
A Mercedes had an F1 team. Deal with them.
All right.
The California Golden Bears had a deal with them.
Okay.
I think that was naming rights to that stadium too.
All right.
And the esports organization TSM actually rebranded
TSM.FTX. All right.
And it's kind of interesting to see how these companies are handling this bankruptcy issue. Whether they're going to sue them or not, we don't know yet. Major League Baseball, like I said, there was the first year in a 5-year deal. They haven't issued a statement yet regarding this.
Well, you're going to see some legal action, especially when there's a bankruptcy involved. I mean, these companies usually, use legal action as a creditor to get in line. If there's a dissolution of the company, they go and have their hand out and say, you know what, we need this much money to make ourselves whole. But you're going to see a lot of lawyers doing a lot of things.
There's no word on what the Miami Heat are doing yet, but Miami-Dade County kind of is in a rough spot here. I mean, the county, when they made the deal with FTX for the naming rights, it was Miami-Dade County was part of the deal.
Okay.
They agreed to a 19-year, $135 million naming rights deal for the arena.
So how far into the deal are we? I mean, what is it? 2 years? 1 year?
They've paid $20 million to date.
They who?
FTX had paid the county $20 million to date.
All right.
And surprisingly enough, and I don't know if this was just boilerplate they threw in or they had some inkling way back when they made this deal. They had an insolvency clause put into the contract. FTX had an insolvency clause put into the deal.
Well, a lot of that's standard.
That's standard.
A lot of boilerplate stuff.
I think they did it the wrong way, though, because regardless of whether or not they're insolvent, they still owe the county almost $17 million because of the insolvency. So I don't know if we're going to see a lawsuit from Miami-Dade County
like I said,
against FTX.
They'll probably file something, just as a creditor.
Yep.
Would do so. You'll see a lot of that stuff going on. You'll probably see a whole bunch of teams and a whole bunch of organizations, and maybe even the county file suit and see if they can get. They're the creditors of FTX, so they got to.
I'm very curious to see what their other contracts called for in terms of an insolvency issue. But MLB, like I said, they haven't issued a statement yet regarding the umpire patches. We haven't heard from the umpire union, because they're the ones who were part of the deal too.
Yeah.
I know the Golden Bears, University of California, and Wizards and the F1 team, they've already started looking for replacement sponsors.
Sure.
But again, everyone's silent as to what's going to happen with FTX.
Well, everyone's waiting for the fallout. I mean, this is very early in the story, and it's very early in the proceedings, and I think a lot of things are going to shake out, especially in the next couple of months.
But I think you got to look at this FTX bankruptcy and the way their business partners are dealing with it as a roadmap for what the smaller crypto companies
look, I mean,
are going to go through, because a lot of them are starting to declare bankruptcy.
Yeah, this is sending ripples.
Yes.
I mean, that's a small word to use. Maybe tsunami would probably be a better word, but it's really sending ripples throughout the whole crypto universe, really.
Well, they already went through what they called a crypto winter.
Yeah.
Where everyone was just crashing.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot.
I mean, I know a lot of people who invested a lot of money in crypto, and I mean, I never did it. I mean, it's still a little new to me, so
I was always leery.
I was always worried about it, but I'm glad I didn't.
I even saw somebody, an investor, had filed suit against the celebrities endorsing FTX.
Well, that's what I mean.
That's going to be an interesting one for the other ones.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't know how far
that can go.
I mean, if you're suing athletes and actors, I know Larry David. Well, I mean, there was a Super Bowl commercial with Larry David in it. I don't know if you can sue actors who were paid to appear in the commercial. I that might send a bad precedent throughout the entertainment industry.
The only way you could see something like that even going forward is if the celebrity or the individual celebrity was also an investor.
Well, not even an investor.
He'd
have to be almost an owner.
Well, that's where, like Tom Brady, Gisele Bündchen.
Yeah, but investor is a little something different. Everyone's an investor. An investor is actually suing the celebrities.
When they call them an investor, you don't know if they were given an ownership stake.
Well, that's
where I'm talking about, whether or not they got an ownership stake as part of their investment.
Yeah. Well, if they're owners, then then they might.
That's a different story.
Yeah, that's a different story. But I mean, if you're just suing celebrities or athletes or actors who appear in a commercial, you might have some issues.
That was almost.
You have issues beyond the cryptocurrency issue we're dealing with here.
A lawsuit like that almost feels like a frustration lawsuit.
Yeah,
I lost all my money. Someone's got to pay.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it's going to go, but it's going to be interesting to watch. And like I said, I think this might be the blueprint for how other investors handle their crypto bankruptcies.
Yeah. I mean, what's the person gonna say suing? I take all my investment advice from Larry David, and he screwed me. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how far that's gonna go, or it's gonna go anywhere. But it's an interesting. I'm sure in law schools people are talking about it right now. They always love these kind of topical issues that you can bring up.
Somebody's got to bring up detrimental reliance and phrases like that. So get your law dictionaries out ready for this stuff. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see the fallout.
Yeah.
Exit 4.
We're going to end up today's show talking about our own home state, New Jersey.
Yes.
Fairleigh Dickinson University conducted another poll regarding the topic of expansion of casinos outside of Atlantic City.
Sure.
And needless to say, no one wants it. Surprise! I shouldn't.
Well,
say that.
A lot of people are, certainly no one wants a casino in their neighborhood.
No,
I mean that's one of those things that I'm sure everyone's talking about casinos outside of Atlantic City, and usually the more typical place people mention when you're talking about that subject is the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
There's already sportsbook there. There's already infrastructure because there are stadiums, there's horse racing, there's the Meadowlands Stadium. So, you have the infrastructure there already.
And it's
so that's the logical place.
The timing of the point of the survey is in relation to the New York City casinos.
Sure.
The metropolitan casinos, I should say.
New Jersey might have to think about
Yeah.
getting casinos in Meadowlands just to compete.
Well,
the one thing that New Jersey has is online casinos and online poker, so that's something that New York doesn't have. But
well, the according to the poll, it looks like they're going to have rough sledding here. 51% of the people polled are against expanding casinos outside of Atlantic City.
Well, look, I mean, I'm sure that these numbers are going to change. The first time sports betting was on the ballot in Atlantic City, it lost. So, people's ideas change, people's economics change. I mean, one thing casinos do is they create jobs. So that might be a good thing.
I'm glad you mentioned going back in time to look at previous numbers.
Oh, okay. All right. You got some for me?
According to the 2022 poll, 51% against, 37% for it.
Okay.
And back in 2016, they asked the exact same question to the population. 50% opposed it. 37% supported it.
Okay.
Exact same numbers.
Okay. So
and
it's like they're asking the same people.
Well, maybe they are.
Yeah.
I don't know. But and you go back to 2014, 50% opposed it.
Yeah.
42% were 50% was opposing it. 42% was for it. So the number has gone down.
Well, look, things are changing. I mean, there are more and more casinos in Pennsylvania now.
Yes.
That's a big thing. We live in New Jersey, but the closest casino to us is in Pennsylvania or Philadelphia. I'm not sure which one's closer. Either Parks is closer or Live Philly is closer.
Depends on which road you use.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're closer than Atlantic City to us.
I'm just wondering if the question they could have asked was, do you want more online casinos? Online, because not brick and mortar, but online, because it sounds like everyone's happy with the online casino industry.
It broke a record.
Yeah.
Last month.
I'm
online
just-
casino industry in New Jersey broke a record.
I'm just thinking New Jersey may be satisfied with what they have because of the online casino industry.
Well,
as long as New York doesn't have online casinos, I don't think you're going to see a bunch of people, a change in those numbers opposing expansion of brick and mortar.
Well, look, the Manhattan casinos are going to change a lot of things. The New York City area casinos are going to change a lot of things because Atlantic City draws a lot of people on the weekends from New York City.
Yep.
So, it's one of those things. So New Jersey, same thing argument with mobile sports betting. We thought, New Jersey was going to be devastated because everyone was traveling from New York to place bets in New Jersey. But, that really wasn't the case. So, but there is a real fear in Atlantic City that Manhattan casinos will drain the the weekenders coming down to Atlantic City.
Interesting that you mentioned that, because there was just a report out the other day.
Oh my God, I'm so on top of this.
That a couple of analyst groups, plus also a couple of reporters, even Chris Altruda had this number too for U.S. bets. There's a double-digit dip from New Jersey sports betting handle from September and October of last year compared to September and October this year.
Sure.
And that's a New York effect, they're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually New York. It could be Pennsylvania effect. It could be everything. Maryland could now start drawing people away.
Who knows for the weekend. But look, I mean, if New Jersey wants to keep their gambling numbers up and high and things like that, you might have to start thinking about casinos in northern Jersey, I would guess.
Well, just so you know, in terms of age groups,
okay,
they broke it down by age group. 65 and older, 25% favor casino expansion, so 75% against, or 75% don't know are against. 47% of the residents that they polled between 31 and 44 favor expansion. It's the only age group that favored expansion.
Okay,
so maybe it's a bunch of younger people don't want to go to Atlantic City. They want something in their own backyard.
Well, or they want to work in the casino industry and they don't want to move to South Jersey. So
could be anything or all of the above.
Yeah, they create a lot of jobs up there.
Yep.
So. And today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as always, you can get in touch with Turnpike Sports by calling or texting us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports is the show's handle on Facebook and Twitter. At Turnpike Sports Radio is our handle on Instagram. And as always, our email address is info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget, you can listen to the show via Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, radio.com mobile app, as well as Stitcher and YouTube. You can also watch us on your smart TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, head on over to turnpikesports.net. You'll be able to watch our video channel there.
We got a great show coming up for you. We got a Beatin The House segment talking about all the jackpots happening around the country and around the world. Or I don't know how far you're going on this one, Doug, so who knows.
I'll look at my notes.
Okay, good. All right. And we also have Week 12 Pro Pick segment powered by Betfred. We're going to give you all our NFL picks for the games ahead. So stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Yeah, you, come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore.
Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here. Use offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
The Turnpike Sports Pro Football Pick segment is brought to you by Betfred Sportsbook. Never miss a bet with Betfred Sportsbook. Betfred Sports brings over 50 years of experience through the United States betting industry. Straight bets, in-play wagering, parlay cards, teasers, and more. Head on over to BetfredSports.com or download the Betfred Sportsbook app in Colorado, Iowa, or Arizona and get in on all the action today. New signups will receive up to $250 in free bets when wagering $50. Download the Betfred Sportsbook app today. Offer valid in Colorado, Iowa, and Arizona only. Visit BetfredSports.com for terms and conditions. Please gamble responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa, 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona, and 1-800-522-4700 in Colorado.
Welcome to NFL Week 12, Thanksgiving week, for the Turnpike Sports Pro Pick segment, sponsored by and powered by Betfred Sports.
That's a great week for football. Well,
every weekend's a great weekend for football.
Absolutely, but this one, you got great games on Thursday. You got it's just one of those days where you just eat and watch football.
I have to admit that when the NFL expanded it to 3 games on Thanksgiving Day, it used to be just 2.
Yeah.
And then they did the 3 games. They have I guess it's 12:30 or 12.
I'm not sure what time the start is. Yeah, I think it's 12:30.
But it's a little earlier start.
Yeah,
a 4:00 game, and then there is the Thursday night game.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually find that kind of spacing is good, because when you look at the NBA for Christmas, they have a quintuple header, 5 games.
Yeah.
That's a little too much for me, anyway.
Yeah.
But 3 football games, 3 NFL games. That's almost a perfect serving.
Thanksgiving belongs to the NFL. Christmas belongs to the NBA, but Thanksgiving belongs to the NFL.
Well, we're here in our pick segment, and since it is the Thanksgiving weekend, by the way, it has come so fast.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Yep. And new rules for just this week: we have to pick 1 Thanksgiving game,
right,
and 2 for the weekend. 2
for
are
the
normal
rest of the
things.
NFL
Yeah.
weekend. Yeah.
So we had to pick 1 on Thanksgiving.
And as always, for the Betfred Sports Pro Football Pick segment, We are using Tuesday lines.
Yeah.
Please check your lines before you bet on these games.
Yes.
Sometimes they change. And also, we just had last week where the lines changed for, what was that, the Buffalo game because of that massive snowstorm.
Yeah, no, they were, I forgot what the number started at. I think it was like 47.5 or 48. And then the weather report came out.
Yep.
Then it went down to 43 and in some places 41. And then they moved to Detroit. And I think the total went up to 50.
And
so
you know,
it was all over the place.
And it's weird because aren't they still in Detroit? Because they're playing the Detroit Lions.
I don't know what they did. Did they stay there?
Supposedly they stayed.
I don't know how quick a flight that is from Detroit to Buffalo. It's just a hop over the Great Lakes.
I'm just wondering, 70 inches of snow. I mean,
probably. I don't know if they could land.
It probably would have been smarter to stay there if they didn't. I have to check on that. But again, they're two weeks in Detroit. How about that?
Yeah.
But again, we're here. We're doing our pro picks. Like Dave said, we're doing one Thanksgiving game, 2 regular NFL weekend games.
Okay.
For our 3 picks this week. We are using the Tuesday lines from Betfred Sports, and we will be picking only the spreads and totals, no money line bets, as we've been doing all season long.
By the way, last weekend I won 2 parlays. I always talk about how don't do parlays. I did 2 parlays and I won. So it's the first time in the NFL season that I won 2 parlays.
I won 1 parlay, and then I was stupid and believed in the Jets and put a bet on the Jets.
By the way, I'm never betting on the Jets ever again.
Well,
ever again. Oh, my God, ever again.
It'll be interesting to see who they start because right now the rumblings are Mike White may be starting for the Jets. Yeah. I don't know. Right now...
Kid needs an attitude adjustment, Zach Wilson does.
Kid needs some
he
actual...
needs I can't say he needs a smack in the head because he got a bunch of smacks in the head from the Patriots defense last week.
He's one of those quarterbacks. He's got the raw talent, but I don't know if he's got the ability to read the defense.
I hate it when he scrambles. I just
hate it when you see when you see all the reports afterwards and you see the game films.
You know, I'm a big Eagles fan.
All the open receivers that he missed.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big Eagles fan, and I love it when Hurts scrambles out of the pocket. Yeah. I can't stand it when Zach Wilson.
It's a different kind of scramble.
Oh God, it's just unbelievable.
It just looks like he's out of control when he scrambles.
That's one quarterback that shouldn't be scrambling out of the pocket.
Well, going back to our pick segment here, because I can spend an entire day talking poorly about the Jets here and how bad they are, especially when they face a Belichick team.
Yeah.
But we're going to head on over to our picks for the week. Let's start off with game number 1, our Thanksgiving Day game. For my Thanksgiving Day game, I'm taking a big old slice of the NFC East pie.
Okay.
I'm doing the New York Giants traveling to Dallas to play the Cowboys.
I'm hearing that the Giants are a trendy underdog.
Yes.
So I'm curious to see what your pick is.
Well, Dallas is favored by 9 right now.
Yeah.
I think that may actually go down by game.
I don't know.
I don't know. Don't quote me on that one, but right now I'm using the 9-point spread on Tuesday, over under 45.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas just finished up destroying the Vikings.
Okay.
And I know for a fact, because I had that game last week, I picked the Vikings.
Yep.
Which I totally regret. But you know what? I don't really, because they had a 7-game winning streak. They were playing incredible ball. It's almost like Kirk Cousins decided not to show up.
Yeah.
And maybe that's on me because he does have a history of bailing out of big games like that.
Well, I hope Cousins does that this week. Just a little
tease,
little foreshadowing there.
Well, the Giants started off really, really good, like the Jets.
Sure.
They've hit a rough spot lately. They're coming off a bad outing against Detroit. They also, in that game, lost 6 players to injury. They've lost 2 of their last 3 games. They're coming in facing a Cowboys team, like I said. They just put 40 points up against the Vikings, who I think are kind of a better team than the Giants, I think anyway. The Cowboys have scored at least 24 points in each of their last 4 games, over 40 points in 2 of those 4 games. The over in the last 13 meetings between these teams, the over is 10-3.
Wow. Okay.
Also, when you go, and that's in Dallas, and which is where this game is.
Yep.
10-3, overs 10-3, last 13 in Dallas. Overall, in the last 8 meetings, the over is 5-2-1. So just by what I'm talking about here. That I don't like that point spread, to be honest with you. That's too big a point spread. I'm doing the over 45.
Well, my Thanksgiving game is the New England Patriots facing the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are 2.5-point favorites, and the total is 42.5 points. Both these offenses are struggling mainly because of their offensive line, and the Patriots, boy, they lost a couple offensive linemen to the Jets, so it's going to be a mess. And they certainly didn't protect Mac Jones when they had their offensive line healthier than they are this week. I'm not expecting a lot of points in this game. The Patriots' offense is not a high-powered offense, but on the flip side, the Patriots' defense is very good, and I can see them chasing Kirk Cousins all over the field, and I think they should be keeping him out of the end zone. So I think this is going to go under, and if there's any more reason to go with the under in this one, the last 7 Thursday night Thanksgiving games have gone under.
There you go. That's a great
There you
stat
go.
right there. Let's head on over to our second game of Week 12. My second game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Cleveland to play the Browns. Tampa Bay right now is favored at 3.5 points. There's an over-under of 43.
By the way, I took this game as well.
So we'll both talk about it as we go along here. These two teams haven't met each other since before Brady got there.
Yeah.
So history really can't factor
NFC,
into this.
AFC, so you're not going to see a lot of matchups with
No,
these
but
teams.
The past history between these teams doesn't really matter
No.
because they're really different incarnations of these teams. But be that as it may, the Buccaneers are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings. Brady just looked like a mess all season long, and maybe the outside distractions in his life were causing issues. He looked good against the Seahawks. He looked like Brady, the way Brady used to look.
Although someone said he's playing better since his divorce. I mean, which is a terrible thing to say.
I was trying to avoid bringing that
up.
That's
like overanalyzing a team, but if you're better, I guess you look at all the information.
I'm just wondering if FTX issues are going to affect him now going forward.
Oh, boy. Yeah, okay.
He's not having a good year off the field anyway. Jacoby Brissett doing very well as filling in for when Deshaun Watson ever comes back, if he comes back this season for the Browns. But still, offense is doing good, but still, the team is 1-6 in their last 7 games. You got to look at the fact that Tampa Bay needs all the wins it can get.
Yep.
So I'm going Tampa Bay 3.5.
Well, look, Tampa Bay is coming off a bye, so you love the favorites coming off a bye, and they're getting healthier, Tampa Bay is. They're getting a lot of skill position players back, and, this is a time. I'm not a big Tom Brady fan, but I will admit this is the time of year when he turns it on. This is the time of year when he's at his best. Here, let me tell you something about Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. Tampa Bay is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 Week 12 games. This is when they turn it on. You want more? I'll give you more. They're 3-0-1 in their last 4 games in November. This is Tom Brady's time of year. This is where he shines, and I think they're getting the people that he needs to win games back on the field. They already have a 2-game winning streak, and I think they're going to continue. So I am taking the Buccaneers and laying the 3.5 points.
Let's head on over to our last game of the week. My last game for the week here, Thanksgiving weekend, Houston Texans traveling to Miami to play the Dolphins. There's a spread of 13 here. Dolphins are favored by 13 points. Over-under is 46. Miami had a bye last week and ended up landing in first place because of the Jets losing to the Patriots. The Dolphins, very interesting to look at the Dolphins team. Ever since Tua has come back, and I don't know if it's Tua himself or maybe the play calling changes with Tua back there, but the Dolphins have produced 105 total points over their past 3 games. Let me tell you something. The defense has allowed 76 points. So there's a lot of points on the field here.
A lot of people are starting to place bets on the Miami Dolphins getting to the Super Bowl. I mean, I haven't done that. I'm just hearing about it. I think some places are like 8-1 or something like that. The numbers are really good.
I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
The
Bills seem a lot more mortal.
Well, that's because you got a hurt quarterback there.
Well, that's something.
I think you still got to go through Kansas City.
I'm not recommending betting on Miami Dolphins to get to the Super Bowl, but there are people betting on Miami Dolphins to get to the Super Bowl.
I don't know. Right now, I'm starting to think maybe Tennessee might be a good bet.
I don't know about
the way
that
they've
one.
been playing. They're playing like they used to. But going back to the Dolphins game, Dolphins 105 total points in 3 games. Over that same span, they've allowed 76 points. The over is 3-0 in Miami's last 3 games. And while the home team in this series is 4-0 against the spread, and the favorite is 5-0 in their last 5 meetings against the spread, I just don't think that 13-point spread there is something I'm comfortable with. But I do think there are going to be a lot of points scored in this game. I'm doing the over 46.
All right, my third game is the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Arizona to face the Cardinals. The Chargers are 4.5-point favorites, and the total is 47.5 points. Boy, if there are 2 teams that I have been disappointed in this year, it are these 2 teams, the LA Chargers and the Arizona Cardinals. I before this season, I have some futures on the Chargers, and boy, they look terrible right now. And let me tell you something. I do think the Chargers are a more talented team in this game. I'm taking the Chargers. Here's why. The Chargers are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games after a loss, and they lost last week. And they're 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. And even though the Arizona Cardinals are at home, that doesn't help them because they are 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 home games. So 2 very underwhelming teams, 2 teams that I expected more out of, but I still think the Chargers will win it by at least a touchdown in this one, so I'm taking the Chargers and laying the 4.5 points.
It's almost like someone's got to win.
I know. I held my nose and picked the Chargers. Boy, in August, I had this love affair with the Chargers. I had some future bets on them. I had put a bet on Herbert to win the MVP because it was like 1,600 to 1 or whatever the hell that was.
Don't feel bad because the 2 teams everyone were in love with in the AFC
well,
at the beginning of the year, the Chargers and the Colts.
Chargers got hurt, but they're in their they hurt in their wide receiver position the most.
I think you got to be very happy that Colt McCoy is starting again for Arizona more so than anything else.
I think so. Who knows? This is another one you check the lines before.
Always check the lines.
Always check the lines.
So that's it for this week's games. Let's do a recap. Go ahead and recap.
All right. I'm taking the under 42.5 points in the Patriots-Vikings game. I'm taking the Buccaneers to cover the 3.5 points versus the Browns, and I'm taking the Los Angeles Chargers to cover the 4.5 points against their game against the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm doing the over 45 in the Giants-Cowboys game on Thanksgiving. Tampa Bay laying the 3.5 against the Browns, and I'm doing the over 46 for the Texans-Dolphins game. As always, these picks will be put up on the blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. You'll see those in the picks in print form. And also feel free to comment on them. info@turnpikesportsradio.com is our email address. You can follow the show at Turnpike Sports on Twitter, at Turnpike Bets on Twitter is our alternate handle, at Turnpike Sports Radio on Instagram, and at Turnpike Sports on Facebook. Feel free to comment. Feel free to leave your own bets to picks for these games.
Yeah, tell us where we went off the rails.
Yeah,
because we need all the help we can get.
Feel free to comment on anything we say here. So enjoy the football this weekend, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah, good. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and good luck to everyone. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.
80% of falls in the home occur in the bathroom. Don't put yourself or a loved one at risk. There's a safe bathing system for everyone's budget.
Enjoy a bathing experience that combines safety, comfort, and excellence. If assisted living is not for you, a BCI walk-in tub may well be the answer, giving you the safety and freedom to live independently. A BCI walk-in tub is the most affordable and comfortable walk-in tub in the market today. With our dual drain technology, your tub will drain quickly, and for those that still like the feature of a shower, our two-way bliss gives you both a handheld and overhead shower head. We offer the best financing in the industry with payments as low as $99 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months with approved credit. For comfort, safety, price, and selection, it's gotta be BCI Walk-In Tub. Be one of the first 50 callers and save $1,500.
Call 800-354-4377, 800-354-4377 for a free no obligation in-home consultation.
With Drizzly, I can shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes. Drizzly also lets me shop from multiple stores in my area and compare prices on thousands of products.
Ding dong, Drizzly.
We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to beangenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometimes.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beatin The House is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Slots, table games, live dealer games, everything you love about Atlantic City and Vegas, all online at BetMGM. Don't wait. Join in the fun now. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Grab a lion's share of the fun at BetMGM.com. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome to another edition of Beatin The House. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to crisscross the country talking about different jackpots in casinos, whether it's a slot, whether it's poker, table games, keno, bingo, what have you. You send in your press releases describing your jackpot winners, info@turnpikesportsradio.com, and we will talk about it on the air.
By the way, this is one of my favorite segments because if you notice, I have my pen with me. I don't know if
what is it, a jackpot pen?
No, I write down all the, sometimes you say a game or a slot machine that's pretty new to me. I write it down, and New Jersey has online casinos, so I can go and check them out. Well, because obviously, if they're in this report, then they pay off. So
I hope everyone's listening. Get your pen and paper.
Yeah,
ready.
Get your pen and paper ready.
We're going to Yonkers, New York.
All right.
Empire City Casino by BetMGM Resorts.
We haven't had Empire in a lot. I mean, have we?
No.
Yeah,
you don't hear too much about the Jack, but they're a great casino.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great.
And now that they're owned by MGM Resorts, they're part of their MGM Rewards cards and all that stuff. So it's Empire City Casino by MGM Resorts.
So
that's their formal name.
Okay, so there's a jackpot there, huh?
We have a big jackpot.
Big one, huh?
A Yonkers resident.
Good.
And
local.
Native,
local.
Yep,
good.
Local.
Good for him. Good for them. I don't know if it's a man or a woman.
By the name of Walter.
So congratulations, Walter. Yeah.
I'm assuming man, but that could not necessarily be the case. So Walter has won $925,488 playing IGT's Wheel of Fortune Triple Star slot machine. Yet another variation of the Wheel of Fortune.
I was going to say, we always have Wheel of Fortune every week on this segment because, they pay off so well. I mean, I haven't heard of triple stars.
That's one of the newer ones.
Okay. I mean, I think last week there was a jackpot out of Wheel of Fortune. I said, was that one of those big cabinet games where Vanna White was on it and things like that?
Again, you have the Wheel
Those are one of those things I see on the gaming floor.
You have the Wheel of Fortune Extremes. You have the Wheel of Fortune On Airs. You have the Wheel of Fortune Triple Stars. You have Wheel of Fortune Gold out there, too,
okay.
As a matter of fact. So there's supposedly over 120 variations of the Wheel of Fortune brand out there.
There's a lot of variations on the online casinos as well.
I remember we did a story from DraftKings Online Casino, and there was a Wheel of Fortune jackpot there. And in the press release, they noted that they had 8 different variations of the Wheel of Fortune online slot. So there's a lot out there.
Yeah.
But this one is a triple stars Wheel of Fortune machine, $20 bet.
All right.
And according to the release we received from Empire City, this was still not the biggest jackpot ever at the casino.
Wow, okay.
As a matter of fact, the highest jackpot record at Empire is still held by Teresa P. of Ossining, New York, $2.919 million.
Wow.
Yep.
What the hell was she playing?
It didn't say. But she is also the only member of the two-time club. She's hit $1 million jackpots twice.
Wow.
She hit another jackpot a few years before that, $1.469 million. So she's won about, what is that, $4.5 million from Empire City.
Are these on slot machines?
These are slots.
Okay, she's got to write a book or a column or a blog on how she's doing this.
How to hit the right button.
Yeah. Well, look, there are books on winning at slot machines. I don't know how it is done.
Them and video poker.
Well, video poker, there's some strategy involved. I mean, for slots, I don't know. I guess there's what slots to choose and what things to look for in a slot. I don't know the strategy for winning at slot machines, but there are people who have written books on winning at slot machines. I don't know how they do it, but
well, Teresa is the queen of the jackpot club there. We've got a whole bunch of other jackpots. In July 2021, we had a $1.062 million jackpot by Domingo Rodriguez at Empire City. He's a Bronx resident. As a matter of fact, I remember doing this story.
Okay.
He's the guardian angel guy.
Oh, okay. All right.
I remember that story.
Yeah, okay.
That stood in my mind.
Well, when we say guardian angel, we don't mean the crime-fighting group in New York.
They were not the Red Beret guys.
When you say guardian, what do you mean? But
he felt there was an actual winged angel looking over his shoulder while he was doing it.
Well, obviously there was.
Well,
good for him.
Yeah,
congratulations.
But yeah, he's part of that club. And also, the Empire City made mention of the fact that that's not the biggest jackpot available to players either. There's an even bigger jackpot through the IGT Wheel of Fortune Triple Stars game. She did not hit the $1 million. Walter did not hit the $1 million jackpot.
Okay,
that's the largest you can get there. They've also got the second highest jackpot available is on Bally's Celestial King. That's a jackpot worth $575,000. No one's won that yet.
Okay,
and according to the release, the third highest available is Bally's Monopoly Millionaire. There's another slot machine
Monopoly.
That has a lot of variations. That has just under 500,000.
Empire Casino is in one of those places. It's very close to us. We're in New Jersey, but it's far enough away because you have to really think of how to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, is it better to drive? Is it better to take public transportation? Who knows? I don't know. But but I got to get there. I mean, I hear a lot of great things about Empire Casino. I actually see the commercials on TV, and I want to check it out.
I think they still have horse racing. It's Yonkers Raceway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I think they still have horse racing there, too. Going out west now, we're going to Las Vegas.
All right.
The Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas just had a very, very unique Keno jackpot.
Keno, okay.
Keno jackpot. Jared J., the story focuses really on him more so than the casino. He always goes out to Vegas, according to the report. The press releases have said he's a frequent visitor to Las Vegas because of business trips. Last month, he sat down at the Cosmopolitan. There's a bar in Cosmopolitan that has Keno machines.
Yeah.
So he sat down at the Cosmopolitan bar, and he's decided to play 4-card Keno.
Okay.
At $20 per spin.
All right.
This is electronic keno.
Sure.
$5 for each hand, basically.
Sure.
He hit a 7 spot for $140,000.
Wow, that's good.
Fast forward a month later.
Okay, a month later, huh?
He goes back to Vegas on another business trip.
Okay.
Goes to the Cosmopolitan.
Same bar, same seat kind of thing?
Same bar, same seat. And he noticed when he sat down at this machine, his setup was still in the system. You know, the numbers he picked.
That's weird.
Well, it's a, he said everything was the same. Everything, he sat down at the same. He picked 8, 9, 10,
now, do
18,
you put your...
19, 20, and 29.
Okay.
Same set of numbers were still in the machine somehow.
Did he put a card in?
He might have put a card in.
Do you think they have
maybe
the setting
loyalty
kind of
numbers.
thing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But he said
weird.
the machine picked all, had the same combination that he hit back the month before.
Okay.
So he threw $1,500 in.
Okay. All right.
Started playing. Few minutes into it, 5 minutes at the most, he said. He hit again.
Wow.
For another $140,000.
Jeez. Great.
So he basically won $140,000. I got to find out.
That has to be his
yeah.
seat now. I mean, from now on, anytime you go into Vegas, you have to stop there. You have to sit there. You have to play those numbers.
I just wonder
and
why
like
his
that.
setup was still in the machine. I mean, I guess no one played it.
Is there anything in the story that someone kind of explained it away? Or
No one explained it.
Okay.
That's
odd.
He was interviewed.
The only thing I could think of, is, now I'm not a computer guy or how anything works, is that he had a loyalty card and some kind of weird thing that maybe his numbers were saved, or there's some memory thing in the
or
system or something like that.
The machine could be one of those multi-game machines where you just flip between different games, and no one had played this game in a while.
Yeah, maybe that was the it's only been a month. Maybe that wasn't a popular game with a lot of people, and they just skipped it over.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
That was the only that was the only
Yeah,
explanation I could come up with.
Because of video poker has those. Yeah. They have the different kind of games you can play and things like that. Maybe something like that, and he's the last one. But that's weird. That's really weird.
It makes sense if it was a bar side machine. If it was on the bar.
Sure.
I mean that's the only way that could have happened, where no one was playing.
I have no idea.
So. But congratulations 2 times over to Jared there.
Save that seat.
Yeah. Save that machine.
And don't tell anyone else about the seat.
Well, unfortunately, now everyone knows.
All right.
Let's head on back over to the East Coast, and we've got our Jersey jackpots.
All right. So I'll shut up and
I'm
let
very
you run
disappointed
through
in our Jersey crowd because they did not have a lot of $100,000 jackpots this month.
Well, you know what?
These last couple of
we
weeks.
have the holiday weekend coming up. I bet.
Oh, we'll see a ton.
There'll be a lot of jackpots.
Yeah. But every 2 weeks I do this.
Okay.
The New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement releases the quote-unquote spreadsheet that they put together of $50,000 more jackpots that occur in New Jersey, whether it's online or brick and mortar. I choose to do only the $100,000 or more.
Okay.
There's about 3 or 4 pages worth of $50,000.
So you're like one of those people. I'm not playing the lottery. It's only $12 million this week. I'm waiting for the $100 million thing. So
I'm just saying, if you want to sit and listen to me, for
$12
an
million's
hour,
not worth my time.
No. If you want to hear me for an hour reading off all the jackpots, okay, I can do.
All right. Well, okay, I can see that cutoff. It's a time management thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So let's go right off the bat.
Okay, I'll be quiet and you can run right through them.
Well, these are quick. There's only 5 or 6 here.
Okay.
October 28th, $100,000 at the Hard Rock Alanxie. That's the brick and mortar, playing Double Top Dollar by IGT.
All right.
That's a slot.
Okay.
November 1st, $166,178.87 on PlaySugarHouse.com, playing Mercy of the Gods.
Okay.
Which Mercy of the Gods is the sister game to Divine Fortune.
I was going to ask you about
Both
that.
of them pay out like crazy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. I love Divine Fortune. I don't think I played Mercy of the Gods too much.
The one question I have, I know Play Sugar House rebranded to Bet Rivers, New Jersey. I'm wondering if this was before the rebrand, because it says PlaySugarHouse.com in the
well, it's
records.
November 1st. So
yeah, it may still
well,
be.
mine is all Rush
Yeah.
thing, on my phone and on my computer. It's all Rush.
November 2nd, $352,529.76 on DraftKings.com, playing NYX Gaming's Extra Chili.
Extra Chili, huh?
That is a slot machine with obviously a Mexican theme to it.
See, that's right here. This is why I have my pen.
Write that down,
I've
people.
never heard of Extra chili.
I've actually seen it. I've never played it.
Okay, it's a slot machine.
It's a slot.
Okay, I'll take a look for it.
November 4th, $100,820 jackpot on PlayMGMCasino.com, playing Inspired's Luton Common and the Dead Sea Scrolls slot machine.
Okay, that's another one I'm going to write down.
That's actually a cool one. I've actually played that. That's fun to play. Luton Common.
And I have an account with
yes,
MGM New Jersey. So Luton Common?
Luton Common.
Okay.
And on November 11th, $200,000 at Harrah's Lanxey, the brick and mortar, playing IGT's Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
We started off with Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
We ended up running through all the slot jackpots.
It always comes back to Wheel of Fortune.
2 lottery stories really quick here in the remaining time. We've got Virginia Lottery. Barbara H. and her daughter were playing on the online Virginia Lottery site. They were playing the Monopoly Progressive Jackpots game.
Mm-hmm.
According to the release I received, Barbara, right before this happened, had looked at her daughter, who was sitting next to her while they were playing, and noticed the progressive jackpot was growing higher and higher and higher. On the next spin that she did, she won the progressive jackpot.
Okay.
For a grand total of $424,330.
Now, what I'm very curious. It probably doesn't have the story probably doesn't have this. Did she look at how it was growing, and after she won, which she might not have known she won, did she look at the progressive total? Did it actually go down?
See, this is
we had a story like that one time. The guy was doing a lottery, and he was looking at the number.
Well, that was
down.
retail. That was in real life.
Yeah. Oh, so
this was on the Virginia Online Lottery.
Well, I don't know what the setup Virginia Lottery
It's just like an online casino. I hate to say it that way.
I know, but did she see the number that she saw the progressive go down?
No, she saw it jump up on her screen, and you won the jackpot.
Oh,
and ran
okay.
the numbers up.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a slot machine.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just interesting the fact that she had just looked at her daughter, and they both noticed the progressive going higher, and the next spin she won.
Wow,
that's good timing.
That's great. Yeah.
Over in Michigan Lottery, we have Joni of Stanwood, Michigan. Not a lottery player.
Okay.
First time she has ever played.
Are you
Powerball.
kidding me? Really? Okay.
Yes. She played Powerball on the November 8th drawing, which was $2.04 million.
Yeah,
$2.04 billion.
That was the big one, right?
She didn't win the billion.
No.
Obviously, because that's
someone
in California who still has not come forward.
Yeah, but I don't know California's law. I don't know if they have to come forward or they have to notify, put the name out.
Well, I think probably
every state is different when it comes to lottery.
I think probably right now the lawyers they retained at this time is probably saying stay quiet for a little while.
You win
longer.
something that big, you got to talk to a lawyer, a financial
Accountant.
planner. You got to talk to an accountant. Yep. It's a whole process you have to do.
But she never won Powerball. She never played Powerball. This was her first and only ticket she's ever bought for Powerball. She actually won a match of 5 numbers, no Powerball.
Okay.
First ticket, she wins $1 million.
$1 million. I was going to say, is that the $1 million thing?
That was the $1 million thing. And all I can say is congratulations, but quite honestly, if you're like everybody else, it's all going to go downhill from here. You probably won't see another $1 million.
Well, no, hey.
You never know.
You never know. I'm
a pessimist.
You just had a story about someone winning in Empire Casino 2 jackpots, and then we also had a story about the guy at Keno sitting at the bar winning
I just
a month apart. So who knows? Yeah. Hey, keep buying Powerball.
Oh, no, I would say keep doing it, but
why not?
I'm a pessimist.
Yeah.
So. After seeing all these guys and never seeing my name in this report, I'm getting to the point of, okay. Last but not least, I just thought I'd throw this one in. Mattress Mac.
Yes.
He just won $75 million on the World Series.
Yes, the Houston Astros.
He's at it again.
Okay.
$50,000 bet.
That's like pizza money to him.
$50,000 bet. 10-1 odds.
All right.
University of Houston Cougars to win the national championship in basketball.
Okay. All right.
No word on where he placed this bet, so I don't. Okay. I have to take a look to see where he placed it. But
well, good luck.
He will be able to get back $5 million on this bet. But again, see what happens with the. This is a very early bet for college basketball.
That's probably why he's getting the numbers.
10 to 1.
Yeah.
Yep. So good luck there. And good luck and congratulations to all our winners that we've talked about this this week here. And please keep the press releases coming in. info@turnpikesportsradio.com.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.